Yeah. So people who want to ask questions, please raise your hands, and Shabnam will uh, unmute you, and you can ask your questions. You can also.
Pritam, yeah, George, go ahead.
Hi, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes, Pritam, we can hear you.
Hi, good evening, everyone. And Pradeep ji, it's been a very interesting session. So thank you so much. My question is related to post production. So, are there any specific audio tools that you would recommend for Mac and iPhone which are accessible?
Okay, for Mac, I'll highly recommend you to go with Reaper if you want to do something professional. Okay, now for example, in Windows, Gold Wave Soundforge is very good for recording podcast, tutorials, etc. But if someone wants really very want to be very advanced, maybe recording music and maybe advanced voiceover, etc., then Reaper, Samplitude, these are the options. In Mac as well, I don't know anything like Gold Web level software, the basic softwares which can record and which has basic effects and all. But if you want to record even very basics or very advanced, Reaper is a very good tool and it's very cheap, and you can use the demo kind of in unlimited time. So that is a very good tool to choose. Other than that, there are like Logic, which is accessible. Pro Tools is also accessible, but these are something which you may not need for now.
Okay, Sandeep. संदीप आपको अनम्यूट करना पड़ेगा अपने एंड से.
Yeah, ma'am. When I unmuted, you muted me.
Yeah.
So actually, good evening. My question is, if you are the director and you want to, so I mean, select the mics for YouTuber and as for singer, then what's the one mic you would choose in among these three?
There are several factors. First of all, I want to ask you what will be your price range, and what type of room you will be recording on. These two is the primary thing. Your budget and the room where you'll be recording your stuff. Is it a treated room? Is it an untreated room? Is it a bedroom, a big hall? Okay, you need to tell me first.
Okay, sir. I mean, if it is an untreated room and for YouTuber, so what's the good mic?
Your budget, how much you want to
Budget
spend?
around 2K.
Okay, so around 2K, there is a microphone. It's not actually 2K, it's maybe around 2400 or so. There is a company called Behringer. The spelling is Behringer. So Beh, and then Ringer. Obviously, this is a single word. And the model number is XM8500. It's around sometimes 2200, sometimes 2500 as well. It's a dynamic microphone, but it is very very good for untreated room. And if you sing, even if, record vocals, record podcast, voiceover, etc., it's a very good budget microphone.
Okay then, thank you, sir.
Yeah, welcome.
भरत आप अनम्यूट कीजिए अपने को.
You can also ask question in Hindi if you have problem in English. I can understand fine.
Okay, sure. Bharat, हाँ जी.
Yes. Yeah, hi Pradip. Very nice question. Can you throw some light lavalier microphone versus wireless microphone?
Okay. So a very good question indeed. I mean, interesting question. Now, lavalier microphone, we all know, like there's a very small type of things, a piece of gear which we clip in our shirt, etc., etc. Now, wireless microphone means there are two types of wireless microphone. One is wireless lavalier microphone. So basically, there is a lavalier microphone which is connected to a transmitter, which will go in your pocket, or maybe you will clip it in your belt, etc. So, and then this transmitter will transmit your voice wirelessly to the receiver, and the receiver will, send this voice to your device, like your computer, mobile, whatever it is. So this is a very famous type of wireless setup, which is basically we are using wireless lavalier microphone. Okay. And the second type is wireless microphone itself, which we normally call cordless microphone. So it's like dynamic microphone, but it is cordless. I mean wireless. There is no wire attached to it. So in terms of quality, if you are not purchasing a lavalier microphone, which is there around 60,000, 70,000 rupees, let's say if I take the budget like 4,500 or 5,000 rupees, because I don't think that you will get any cordless dynamic type of microphone around, if I mean, in less than 5,000 rupees. Anyway, so in compared to that, I mean, if you compare a basic lavalier wireless microphone and a dynamic type of wireless microphone, obviously the quality of the dynamic type of wireless microphone will be better. Okay, but again, if you ask me the quality between wired microphone and wireless microphone, most of the cases, 90% of the cases, the wired microphone sounds good, because wireless microphone, they transmit the audio through some network and all. So it sometimes, not always, because now there are several types of very good wireless systems, but sometimes it reduces the quality a little bit. And one more thing in this context, we have some wireless microphones available which are Bluetooth microphone. So if possible, never ever purchase a Bluetooth microphone if you really want quality. If quality doesn't matter, if convenience matters, then use a Bluetooth microphone. If quality matters, don't use a Bluetooth microphone. Use either a wireless lavalier microphone or wireless dynamic type of microphone, and if possible, if it is convenient, use a wired microphone to get best results.
Your microphone is unmuted. Double tap to stop. Leave.
Abhishek, please ask your question.
Can I ask one more question?
Yes, sure. Please go ahead.
Yeah, Pradip, what is difference between XLR wired microphone and USB? Which one is better?
Okay, very interesting question indeed, this one also. Now, XLR microphone is basically a microphone which requires XLR cable. And the microphones which I have mostly discussed today, dynamic microphone and condenser microphone, both requires XLR cable. Now the thing is, you cannot connect a XLR cable directly to your laptop or your desktop. I mean, there might be microphone port in your desktop. There might be some converters, because now in laptop there is only one socket which deals with the headphone and microphone both. But you can purchase splitter and connect your XLR microphone using some converter. But problem is, the XLR based microphones, they required a lot of power, especially condenser microphone. They need 48 volts of power, which we call phantom power. Okay, now to provide that power, you need to have an external gear. So if you have a very cheap budget, you can purchase something called phantom power. There are several phantom powers available, okay, for condenser microphone only. So you can purchase that maybe around 1,500 rupees or so. But still you'll have to connect your microphone using some kind of splitter to your laptop, or maybe cheap USB sound cards like 200 rupees USB sound cards, etc., etc. That is one way to connect. And
Yeah, Lamma.
another professional way to do is having an external audio interface or sound card which provides phantom power. So you can connect a dynamic microphone there which doesn't need phantom power but needs power, and also a condenser microphone. Okay, so you need an additional gear, which is called audio interface or sound card, to use a dynamic or a condenser microphone. Now let's say you don't have audio interface, you don't have budget to purchase an audio interface, then you get a second type of microphone which is called USB microphone. And there are USB dynamic microphone and USB condenser microphone as well. So in that case, it is very convenient. So you can just connect your USB cable to your laptop or desktop, and it installs the driver automatically, and then it is ready to go. But if you ask me the quality in terms of quality, most of the cases, audio interface provide good quality because it gives enough power, it gives low latency, it gives low noise. So if you are really keen to get good quality, then an audio interface along with XLR microphone, whether it is dynamic or condenser, should give you good results. Or if you have limited budget, if you can sacrifice some quality, because let's say you are recording a tutorial or podcast, you don't need a 60,000 microphone always, okay, until and unless you are really dealing very professionally. So you can purchase a piece of gear, USB microphone. And there is a third type of microphone, which is a hybrid microphone, you can say, which is USB plus XLR. I mean, it connects to your desktop, laptop, mobile phone using USB. But if you purchase an audio interface later on, you can connect using a XLR cable. So that will be the best bet if someone has limited budget right now, but they want something good. They can purchase a hybrid microphone, USB plus XLR microphone, and that will be best for everything.
Abhishek, please unmute yourself and ask your question. Abhishek. I'll come back to you, Abhishek. Resha Varnekar, please ask your question. Please unmute yourself. Anji.
Good evening, sir.
Anji.
Good evening.
Sir, I want to sing songs and record. Then which type of microphone I can use?
Okay, so if I believe that if you have an untreated room, and if you want something in the budget range, the same microphone which I have recommended, the Behringer
Okay.
XM 8500 will be your best bet. But one more thing to remember, that this is a dynamic XLR microphone. So you should have either a audio interface or something like that to connect to this. Now the next question comes, obviously, like, I don't have any audio interface, my budget is also low, but I want good quality microphone, I want to sing or I want to record my podcast. In that case, you better go with the USB XLR hybrid microphone. It will cost a little more. Okay, so it's above 5,000 or so. There are several models, like I can remember one is called Samson. It is not Samsung. Samson, Samson, Samson Q2U is a very good microphone for singing, for voiceover. It is a USB XLR microphone. One more microphone is there. It is around 8,000-9,000 rupees, if I'm not wrong. And the model number is, the company is Audio Technica, and the model number is Audio Technica ATR 2100. Okay, so that is also a very good piece of microphone, all purpose microphone, a dynamic XLR plus USB, which someone can purchase if they have the budget. Okay, but if you see, like, I don't have that much money, I have only 1,500 or 2,000 rupees, and I want to purchase something, then you can purchase anything. There is no choice, unfortunately. You can purchase some lavalier type of microphone from maybe JBL, the Sennheiser one, which I have demonstrated. Okay, Sennheiser one sounds a little bit good. So that type of microphones you can purchase. But if you really want to get good results, then you need to choose some type of dynamic microphone or so.
Okay, so
Okay, sir. Thank you.
okay, Rishabh. Abhishek, try and unmute from your end. I know you've written a message. I won't be able to unmute you unless you unmute yourself. You have to do it from your end. And while you're able to do it, I'm just going to ask somebody else the question.
You can ask your question in the chat area as well, Abhishek, if
Yes,
you have problem.
Yes, you can type your question in the chat, Abhishek. Dr. K. Muruganand, please ask your question.
Yes, good evening. That was a very interesting session. Thank you for that. My question is not about the microphones actually. I would request you to suggest certain exercises, voice exercises for the teachers to better our voice or keep our voice steady all the time, all the years, especially during winters and during infections. Thank you.
Okay, so for the teachers, we need to be focused very much on the mid range of our voice. Okay, now if you use that exercise, I think you are not familiar with Hindi or that much of Bengali alphabet.
Yes, not
So
much, not much.
yeah,
The South Indian alphabet's also the same, Pradeep.
Yeah, same pattern, but
Yeah,
not with such variants as you said.
yeah. So if there is similar sounding alphabet like ka,
Yeah, those alphabets are there.
okay,
Ka,
so if
sa,
you
da,
you know use this the same exercise which I have taught, like ka, cha, ta, ta, or anything similar sounding. Okay, ka, cha, and then ga, gha. Okay, this type of exercise, it really helps. You'll find yourself, like after 1 week, if you practice it 5 minutes each day, you'll really find the difference after 1 week or so. Okay,
yes,
so that, and also the that vowel exercise, especially o
yes,
and a o, and also move it like scale down and up, okay, so this type of thing, you can try, and that will open your mid range. We will not focus very much on
yes,
not that much, because for teachers it is not like that. Okay, so you
yes,
need to be
yes,
very focused on your mid range.
yes. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome.
Okay, Abhishek is asking, he's asking that what should the audio setting, what should we keep in mind while using microphone audio setting in the Windows?
Okay, now first of all, I'll kind of suggest you to listen the sessions we have done in YouTube using Gold Wave with Screen Reader. There, this thing is properly demonstrated, but still I want to make you suggest you something. If you are recording, if you are not doing live streaming or giving live lecture like me in Zoom or somewhere else, then make sure that your audio after recording is not too loud. Let it be little low in volume, while you are recording, because after recording you can increase the volume. But what I have seen people, they are boosting their microphone all the possible ways, while recording. And if you do so, it will clip, and it may give you very bad results. And it will also, catch more ambient noise. Okay. So depending on your microphone, just keep your audio a little low in volume. If you ask me the parameters, I would say your volume should be minus 10 to 12 dB after recording. And there are several ways to check how it is. I'm giving you a good starting point. If you are using Gold Wave, you can record a piece of audio, maybe 30 seconds or so. You select that audio and go to the tools menu, and there the first option is amplitude statistics. In the amplitude statistics, the first value will be peak. So it will say like peak minus 1 dB, minus 3.5 dB or so. So make sure your peak is not crossing minus 10 or minus 9 or so while you are recording. So after recording, you can increase the volume accordingly. Okay, and there is also a exclusive mode you'll find in the microphone. If you go to the microphone properties and go to the advanced tab, there is one or more exclusive mode checkbox. Make sure both are unchecked. Okay, so that will help you to get rid of some of the other technical problem, like microphone not found, and you have recorded but actually recording is not happened, etc, etc. So these two I can just suggest you quickly.
Okay, so we'll move to Sneha.
Hi, could I ask a question?
Yes, sure.
Please. Sorry. Hi, can I be heard clearly?
Yes, yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so my question is a little different, and it may be more behavior related. As a blind person as well, I find when I'm presenting and holding a microphone that's like freestanding in my hand, when you get caught up in the discussion or the presentation, you may end up moving it about too much, and then it impacts on the quality of the sound you're projecting. Any tips about how to manage that process better? And then the second thing is also, if you're moving around a bit as a presenter, and then you can sometimes feel a little disorientated, and how do you handle those sort of things as well?
Okay, so first of all, it is a practice. Uh, you can do it in your home. You have some device which allows you to monitor yourself. That means you are speaking hello, hello, and you can hear the same in your speaker or in your headphone if you have such device. So hold that device in your hand, or if you have a microphone, hold it in your hand and try to speak something maybe for 2 or 3 minutes, and make sure that you are when you are moving, if it is there in the stand, then you have nothing to do. I mean, instead of focusing on the microphone, you have nothing to do. But if it is in your hand, then you can move your hand accordingly. And the next thing which I can suggest, if possible, I know this is not always convenient to use, but if possible, if you have the tendency to moving, because when you are giving lectures or something like that, obviously there is a good chance of moving around. So use a cardioid microphone, instead of a hyper or super cardioid microphone, because that gives you more like a front end, or it also catches sounds from the side like this. I'm now moved to the side, and I'm moving my head while talking to you right now. But as it is a cardioid microphone, so it is giving me a good result even. Okay, so it's a kind of a practice, and don't feel shy to touch your microphone sometimes. Being a speaker, I had to do is again and again. So there is nothing shameful to touch your microphone and see I'm properly positioned or not. Okay, so if you use these behavioral techniques, you can do that. And another professional technique, not it is not a technique, it's an kind of equipment which is in-ear monitoring, which is, if someone is very professional, let's say someone is a professional public speaker maybe, uh, then they use headphone monitoring. So it's a wireless system, so you'll be having a piece of headphone in your ear. Okay, and you'll get your output. So whenever you're moving from your microphone, if it is a lot like this, so you can instantly hear it, and then you can instantly come back to your original position. Okay, so I think that is the tips which I can give it to you. It's on all on your practice.
Thank you very much. That's very
welcome.
helpful.
Can I ask a question?
Ramakrishna, you want to ask a question?
Ji.
Anji.
I was not getting to raise my hand actually.
Okay, sure, go ahead.
I'm attending this session from mobile.
Okay.
Pradip ji, thank you so much indeed for the wonderful session you took us through. I got a question to understand. If you want to set up a studio to produce audio content, what is the bare minimum investment one supposed to plan for? And I'm a mass communication student. I want to become a voiceover artist as well. So I've been a part of All India radio programs right from my childhood days. What is the lowest minimum budget supposed to be invested to set up a small virtual studio within the laptop environment, not to have a tangible building as such?
Yeah, fine. First of all, you should invest a little bit of your money to correct your room. I mean, you can have some acoustic treatment. There are several acoustic treatment available, acoustic blankets and you don't need to find the blankets. If visual doesn't matter, if you are not recording videos in your room, you are recording only audios, then there are several capabilities. You can use any spare blankets, etc., and hang in there, especially in your front and in your back of your wall, front one and front wall and back wall. You can have lots more furniture, so choose a room which has lots more furnitures there. Okay, beddings are there, like pillows, etc., etc. That will give you good results. Okay, even if you don't have anything which I have mentioned, you must have either an almirah full of clothes and maybe a cupboard full of clothes hanging on. You just go there, face the clothes, and hold your microphone, okay, and record this. If you have an almirah, open the door, face the clothes, and hold the microphone in front of you and record your voice. If voice is only the matters, if video matters, then you have a different thing. Okay, other than that, you just invest a little bit of your money in treating the acoustic. You use some acoustic panels, blankets are there, and also try to use bookshelf, furnitures, sofa, this type of thing in your room if possible. That will help very very much. See my bedroom, this is my bedroom. There's nothing. There's a mattress, 8 inches thick mattress, where I actually sleep, and I have a big almirah, a dry cabinet full of microphones, etc. No acoustic panels are there, nothing like that, but still, see, good result. Recording podcast, voiceover, even I do professional stuff as well in this room. And the next thing we'll be having is a microphone, obviously. And if you can treat your room a little bit like me, you can easily invest in condenser microphone. There is one more type of thing called reflection filters. Okay, it cost around starting from 4,000, and the good one cost around 10,000 or so. Okay, it's a like a half round bucket, you can say half round bucket. Like if I just cut down a bucket from the very middle, then there inside that half round there are acoustic treatments there, like acoustic foams and then raw cools, etc., etc. And you can clip that thing in your microphone stand, and clip your microphone inside this thing, and you can very well record, okay, your stuff without a lot of ambient noise. Okay, so this type of thing you need to invest on. And either you can choose, as I have already suggested, if you have limited budget, you can choose a USB, or that USB plus XLR dynamic microphone, or in your case you may choose a condenser microphone if you can treat your room a little bit, and your laptop. Other than that, XLR microphone, a piece of 2-channel audio interface, and laptop is obviously there. So these are the very minimum setup which you need: a basic acoustic treatment, a basic dynamic or condenser microphone depending on your situation. If it is not a USB microphone, you need to have an audio interface and your laptop.
Can I ask you one more? It's not related
Yes,
with the
yes.
session. So, as you said, you're associated with the Tollywood. It's a Telugu film industry, if I'm not wrong.
It's a Bengali, I mean West Bengal.
Oh, okay, Bengal. So, how is your experience there, being as a sound engineer? How the industry is supporting you, and
It's
as a sound engineer, is it possible to execute our ideas and creativity with the mainstream society? How is the support there?
okay. Now the thing is, in terms of job, I mean, I can do everything what other professional sound engineers or arranger can do. The problem is the mindset. Okay, so I had to struggle, and I'm still struggling a lot, in the industry, because when they look at me, okay, you're blind, then how will you do the studio job? That is the first question. So it is very hard for me to convince. And I'm just sharing my very personal experience. What I do these days now, I don't meet anyone daily. Okay, either I talk via phone, or I send somebody, my assistant, to talk to them, and I never let them know if it is not really required that I am a blind person. I ask them, okay, what type of audio do you have? A demo? or do you have a reference like which type of sound you want? Fine. So let me send a copy of it. So I record this and send it to him, maybe in WhatsApp, email, etc., etc. And if he likes, then fine. But usually don't try to meet them these days, because when they look at me, when they will come to know that, okay, oh, you are blind. Okay, then we will talk. No problem. You're very, very intelligent. But later on, no phone calls. But what happens is, when after submitting the project, when everything is done, and maybe there is one day when we are actually meeting, and they find, oh, are you blind? Oh my God, have you done it yourself? This is very impressing, you know. And just to share one more my good back experience, I have a student, Mr. Daniel D'Souza. He's from Mumbai, and he is now debuting in Bollywood as a sound engineer and arranger. And the movie is going to be released on 11th of November. I forgot the name of this movie, but Mr. Amitabh Bachchan is there in this movie as well. So it's a very good thing. And why I have mentioned this, because if you have proper knowledge, and if you have the determination, you can obviously shine. Okay, there is nothing which is stopping you to shine in the industry. You'll have to work little hard, especially in a mindset up to change the mindset of our surroundings.
Thank you so much, Pradeep ji. Can we
Yeah, well,
be in touch with you on your
yeah,
through
sure,
your
sure.
mail or something?
I'll write down my phone number in the chat box. Okay, and yes, I do course on provide training on sound engineering. I'll
Thank
put
you
my
so much,
number
Pradeep
in
ji.
the
Thank
chat
you.
box.
Thank you so much.
Okay, we have one more person, and then we have another question
Unmute audio.
that I'll come to. Sneashish, please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Yes, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yes. Actually, I had three questions, but uh, while listening others' questions, I forgot. The first two questions. Though I don't know whether this topic will be discussed in this session or not, but it might be an you know, off-topic question.
No
So
problem.
the question is, can can an external sound card be used on a budget segment laptop? According to the Indian currency, it would be around 40,000 or anything else.
Okay. Now see, a sound card can be used in any laptop, even 20,000 laptop as well. Now the thing is, if you arrange a lot of musical stuff and you're using musical like VST, virtual instrument, that means instruments from your laptop, then if you use much, let's say there is a project and you are using 15, 20 tracks, it will work just fine in your even 25,000 rupees laptop. But let's say you are arranging and there are, let's say, 40 instruments, virtual instrument, not the real instrument, virtual instrument. That means if you add a virtual instrument, your processor is becoming very kind of busy handling this instrument. So if you just want to record voiceover or anything like that, maybe 10, 15 tracks project, no problem with the 25,000 laptop even. Okay, so that is the thing. You can easily go with a 35, 30,000, 40,000 laptop to start with. But your audio interface should be a good one, especially, and just telling you, because if you search sound card in Amazon, there are several available. Make sure that you are purchasing something from a well-known professional brand, and make sure that the ASIO is
Yes.
available in the sound card. Okay, if ASIO is not available, don't purchase this sound card, because later on you'll be facing issues with your sound card if you want to use it with the digital audio workstations.
Okay. What's the starting price of sound card, and what kind of things we should keep in mind while purchasing a sound card? Yes, SEO
Okay,
is one of the important thing. What are the other things?
especially if you are a Windows user, as I've said, SEO is not only important, it is a must, I can say. And the starting point price point is around 5,500 rupees or so. Okay, you will not get anything below that price point.
Okay, so we'll move on to another question. We have Sultana who's writing, what kind of a microphone can be used to record videos and podcasts in an untreated room without the background noise?
Any dynamic microphone will work, but just remember the clause of the dynamic or any XLR based microphone. Like you need to have an audio interface. Other than that, you need to choose a microphone which is having USB. So the thing which I have already suggested, that Behringer one, pretty good microphone. Okay, and if you want to purchase a like a USB microphone, and if you don't have even a budget of 5,000 rupees or so, I have not checked it recently, but there are some microphones from the company called Blue. Okay, so Blue Snowball is a company, is a microphone. Blue Yeti is very popular, in terms of podcast, and very many professional artists they use Blue Yeti Pro. But Blue Yeti, I think it's around 7,000 rupees or so. Okay, so any USB based dynamic microphone, Blue Yeti is a kind of condenser microphone, so I'll not suggest that because you have an untreated room. But any dynamic microphone, and especially as I have suggested, there are some microphones from Shure as well, SHURE Shure. But in the below, like near 20 to 2000, 2500, the Shure microphone is not that great in terms of noise and all. So I'll better stick with the Behringer microphone. I could show you the Behringer microphone is there in my closet, but I have not brought that out, and we don't have time. But it is a very good microphone in this price point.
Okay, and Sultana also wants to know how to become a voiceover artist and how do I make a start?
Okay, so first of all, you either you recite something, or if you have a script, you read it out. Now when I'm saying recite something, it depends. Like voice artist, like you can be an actor. Now the actor is also a voice artist because he or she is also playing with with his or her voice. But by saying voice artist, I mean to say someone who will be reading audiobooks, maybe recording the lectures, maybe podcast, stuff like that, which doesn't need a lot of emotion. Okay, now if you recite a poem, a lot of emotions are attached. If you play a drama, emotions are attached. Okay, so if you want to be that type of thing, I mean, that type of artist, like drama, like something like that, then fine, you can just recite poems and take any of the drama, try to act on that. But if you want to be like voiceover artist, like podcaster, etc., etc., so you choose any topic. Okay, you choose any topic and say something. Okay, read it out, and then record the same, listen it. And also the technique which I have already discussed in this class, positioning the microphone. And there are some other techniques which is I don't get enough time to do so. Like for example, we have a bad thing called tail drop. Okay, so when we speak, we usually drop the last syllable. Like, how are you? I'm fine. What's about you? I'm so so. See, I'm so so, but the last so you cannot hear. I'm so so. Okay, we have a very famous poem in Bengali. I know that only Snehashish maybe he can understand what I'm speaking, but I want to recite that poem. I mean, like the first four line is a Bengali poem for the child. And when I ask my students, because I also teach in a school, when I ask my student to recite this, they recite like this: Kumor par, Gorur gari, bajai kora, kolshi hari. So see, the two words are there in each line. So they usually use to speak the first word loudly and the second word very softly. So you should try to get rid of this. Don't use. I mean, try to make sure that all of your words, all of your syllables are well controlled in terms of amplitude or volume. And the next thing is you can try tongue twister. It's a very good exercise for everyone. Okay, tongue twister is a very good exercise. Any tongue twister you can choose and and play away that. And the other thing which you can try is like separating your words. Okay, so what will be the gaps between the words? Okay, you can just try to listen a lot of podcasts and a lot of stuff, tutorials, etc. I mean, the type of thing which you want to perform, and then you can practice accordingly. And on the top of that, as you want to start, take someone as your coach, okay, for guidance. If you are not, at least send some of your audios to somebody who is little well known in the field, and ask what is wrong with your thing. Okay, because you may not able to monitor yourself, like whether you're doing the right way or the wrong thing right way. If you do the wrong thing right way, then you'll be in the dark after sometimes. Okay, that is something which I can suggest you right now.
Thank you, Pradeep. I don't think we have any more questions right now.
Audio.
Hello.
Yeah, there's somebody come up.
Hanji.
Yes, may I audible?
Hanji, you are audible.
Okay. Can I ask in Hindi also?
Hanji, yes. Ask.
Okay. ओके सो सबसे पहले तो प्रदीप सर को बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया, धन्यवाद कि उन्होंने इतना महत्वपूर्ण सेशन किया है जिसमें प्रैक्टिकली, टेक्निकली और बहुत ही यूजफुल हमें ज्ञान मिला है आज। निश्चित तौर पर मैंने पहली बार ज्वाइन किया है, लेकिन ज्वाइन करने के पश्चात मुझे लगा वाकई में ये हमारे लिए बहुत यूजफुल था। मेरे ख्याल से क्वेश्चंस जो पूछे गए हैं, बहुत सारे लोगों ने सभी क्वेश्चंस पूछ लिए हैं, और जो आपने सर बताया है उसमें कुछ पूछने को रहा भी नहीं कि कुछ पूछा जा सके। हालांकि क्वेश्चंस बहुत सारे हैं अभी भी, जिसमें आपने सब कुछ बता दिया। इफेक्ट कितना होना चाहिए, पिच कैसी होनी चाहिए, डिस्टेंस कितना होना चाहिए, माइक कौन कौन से होते हैं, और किस माइक की क्या कैरेक्टरिस्टिक हैं, क्या फीचर्स हैं, सब कुछ बता दिया। इसके बावजूद मेरे 2-3 क्वेश्चंस हैं जिन्हें मैं एक साथ पूछ लेता हूँ। सर, पहला क्वेश्चन तो ये है कि कई बार जब हम माइक को सेट कर रहे होते हैं, या फिर माइक सेट भी हो चुका होता है और हम ये चेक कर लेते हैं कि हाँ, हमारा माइक पूरी तरह से सेट हो चुका है, उसके बाद जब हम बोलते हैं या अपना स्पीच कर रहे होते हैं या सिंगिंग करते हैं, तो कई बार उसमें सीटी की आवाज आती है और वो बहुत डिस्टर्ब करता है। तो इसको कैसे हैंडल किया जा सकता है?
कौन सा साउंड, सर, कौन सा आवाज?
जैसे वो हम मान लीजिए वॉइस कर रहे हैं और स्पीच देते, तो उसमें एक कुछ ऐसी सीटी की वॉइस आती है।
फीडबैक
या हाँ, तो एक तो ये क्वेश्चन है सर कि इसको हम कैसे हैंडल कर सकते हैं। सर, दूसरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि कई बार हम जब लंबे समय तक स्पीच कर रहे हैं या गाना गा रहे हैं, सिंगिंग कर रहे हैं, तो उसमें क्या होता है, माउथ ड्राई होने लगता है, जो मतलब मुंह है वो सूखने लगता है। इसकी वजह से क्या होता है कि जो हम बोलना चाहते हैं, कई बार उसमें हम अटकने लगते हैं। तो इसको हैंडल करने के लिए, हालांकि आपने एक प्रैक्टिस करने के लिए बताया है, जो हिंदी में और बंगाली में मतलब एक जो आपने अल्फाबेटली जो बताया है, उसको हम प्रैक्टिस कर सकते हैं। इसके अतिरिक्त भी क्या कोई उपाय है इसका? और एक क्वेश्चन और है कि मान लीजिए कोई व्यक्ति, कोई गर्ल्स हो या बॉयज हो, उसकी आवाज ठीक है, उसने प्रैक्टिस भी प्रॉपरली की है, तो बहुत सी ऐसी कंपनीज होती हैं जो ऐड के लिए प्रेफर्ड करती हैं ऐसे व्यक्ति को जो किसी ना किसी रूप में जाना जाता है या फिर फेमस है। क्या ऐसा नहीं हो सकता सर? हो सकता है ये मेरा क्वेश्चन आउट ऑफ सेशन हो, मतलब इस टॉपिक के मुताबिक ना हो, फिर भी ये क्वेश्चन मैं पूछ रहा हूँ। क्या ऐसा नहीं हो सकता कि मतलब उनको भी ऐड में लिया जा सके जिनकी वॉइस अच्छी हो? जैसे हम सुनते हैं कोरोना काल में रिंगटोन जो चेंज की गई प्रत्येक मोबाइल में, वो एक वॉइस, क्रिएटिव वॉइस, एक ह्यूमन वॉइस लगाई गई और उसमें कोरोना के बारे में बताया गया, लॉकडाउन की प्रक्रिया के बारे में बताया गया। तो क्या ऐसा नहीं हो सकता कि उसमें चूंकि वॉइस को ही रखना है, तो किसी ब्लाइंड की, विजुअली गर्ल्स या बॉयज की वॉइस रखी जा सके? ये मेरे क्वेश्चन है सर।
Okay, fine. Let me answer one by one.
Thank you.
First with the feedback. Now, if you are getting feedback, that means your microphone is bleeding basically. I mean, the sound from your speaker is coming back to your microphone, again going back to your speaker, again coming back to your microphone. It's a kind of ring effect. So to get rid of this, you have to decrease the volume of your microphone or your speaker. Okay, and especially when you are recording, put your speaker off, use a headphone instead. Okay. And second thing is, as I have stated, like if you are using a cardioid microphone, make sure that you are facing your speaker while you are recording. Your speaker should be in front of you. If you are using a kind of super cardioid or hypercardioid microphone, then you should not face the speaker. The speaker should be there in your right side or your left side. Okay, then a lot of these type of feedback issue will go away. Other than that, please turn the volume either the speaker, and that is the best thing to do if possible. Other than that, your microphone. Second thing is with the dry mouth, now you should drink a lot of water before going to perform your stuff. And also if it's a 1 hour long session, for example, I am having a drinking water bottle just in my right side, so keep a drinking water bottle full of water. And when we perform on stage, like say we are singing, or maybe I have a band, we are playing, each one of us usually in the arrangers, they give us a bottle of water for each person. So that is the only thing. I mean, there's no other way. Some people prefer to use chewing gum and something like that, but I don't think that it helps a lot. Okay, it sometimes help. Or what you can do, you can use some kind of lozenges or something like that, before just going to the stage. You can just chew one of them. That also sometimes helps. But it is very common thing if you're performing for an hour or so, there are chances to get dry mouth, and your best bet is to drink water. The last question which you have asked, it's a social barrier. It is unfortunate, but it's the fact. What you will have to do, to be a kind of established person, you have to start from very small steps. Okay, you'll have to keep sending your demos. And I'm telling you, it's not only with the blind persons. It is obviously with the blind person. As I have already stated, in my case, I face a lot of issues, problems, and I face even more because I'm dealing with the technical stuff. People know that a blind person can sing, a blind person can speak, but a blind person can handle a sound card, a laptop. They often don't believe that. So it is a challenging for sure, and it is unfortunate that we are living in a society where we have to prove each time that we have the potentialities to do something. But we cannot do anything apart from just trying to unveil ourselves in front of them, send small demos. Okay, put nowadays a lot of YouTube channels are there. Everyone is opening a YouTube channel. That is good, and that is sometimes bad even. There's a debate of thing. I'm not going there, but obviously you just record yourself, send it to somebody who is known in this field. Social media is there. Okay, let's say you have published a kind of promo or something like that, maybe for the corona. Let's say you have recorded something 2 minutes long, okay, for awareness campaign. Okay, and then you post it in YouTube or Facebook or whatever, and then also post the link in Twitter as well, tagging the people which you think that may give you some job, maybe the director of a TV channel, etc., etc. Okay, you just tag them, and you also send them, maybe DM them, not do it again and again because they'll block you, but you can just send them a DM. So first of all, you need to be very professional, you in your own cost. Okay, even for example, let's say those who are models, what they do, they go to the studios, and they hire someone, take good photos, make their own portfolios in their own cost. It cost 50,000, 1 lakh rupees even, to do a proper portfolio for the models. And then they send the portfolios to the directors, okay, producers, etc. So for you as well, you can, let's say you have like 4, 5, 6 voiceover you have already done. You cut some of them, make a kind of show reel, okay, of different voiceover. One is funny, one is emotional, one is like this awareness type of thing. Okay, and then make a kind of reel. So first, let's say 10 seconds an emotional one, and then rest of the time you put on that angry type of voiceover, promo type of voiceover, and create a reel of 1 minute or so, not 5 minutes, 1 or maximum 2 minutes, and then upload it in your social media channels. Send it to the persons whom you believe that they will give you a job, and then you'll have to wait and keep improving yourself. It's a challenging job for sure. There's no one line answer for this.
Unmute my audio.
सॉरी सर, वन मोर क्वेश्चन आई हैव। सर कई बार ऐसा होता है कि मतलब हम जब यूज करते हैं और अपने हाथों में पकड़ते हैं तो डिस्टेंस का अगर नॉलेज नहीं है, मतलब डिस्टेंस भी नॉलेज है, अगर उसके बावजूद कई बार ऐसा होता है कि जो हमारी ब्रीदिंग साउंड है, जो हम सांस लेते हैं, उसकी वॉइस भी आती है और वो ठीक नहीं लगता ऑडियंस को। तो इसके लिए और क्या तरीके हैं हैंडल करने के लिए, और क्या वॉइस क्वालिटी इंप्रूव करने के लिए कोई ट्रेन भी होती है स्पेशली फॉर विजुअली इम्पेयर्ड?
Yes, training is obviously there of your voice. Now, see, don't put the microphone straight in front of you. That is the best thing to get rid of the breathing issues. Let's say I'm going to my dynamic microphone because, yeah. So now I'm speaking to my dynamic microphone and you can hear my breathing noise. Though I'm trained, I breathe, but I don't make a lot of breathing noise. Not like that. So you have to also practice the same thing. You breathe a lot, no problem, but don't breathe the way so that it makes a lot of sound. And directly facing the microphone is directly in front of me, straight to my mouth, and you're getting this type of sound, this type of thing. But if you keep your mic little angle, so that your microphone is positioned to the corner of your mouth. That means where the two lips, the upper lip and lower lips, meeting together, the corner of your mouth, either the left corner or the right corner. If you're like I'm holding the microphone in my right hand, so the right mouth corner, I have faced the microphone right now. It is little angled, and now see, if I even pop, still it is not making a lot of noise. And even if I breathe a little bit, still it will not go through the microphone, but the quality is same. Even I can shout, see, I can shout, but still you'll get good result. But let's see, now I'm in front of the microphone, I'm holding the microphone straight to my mouth, and if I shout, hey, so it is crackling, it is giving clip. I have limiter in my microphone, in my audio interface, so it is limiting the audio if I'm going very loud. But still, if I face the microphone and shout, hey, so it's not good, it is not sounding good. So everyone, I'll suggest everyone, whether you are recording your vocal, playing live, performing on stage, don't hold your microphone straight in front of you. Just hold the microphone little angle way, which is the microphone will be pointed to your mouth corner. And there is one more technique, because some people may face issue angling their microphone properly. Now see, now I am holding the microphone straight. Now I angle the microphone little upwards. That means how can I describe? My microphone is like facing my forehead. It's there beneath my near about my chin. Okay, not directly in my lips. It's there in front of my chin, but the microphone ball or the flat surface, in my case the flat net, because this is a supercardioid microphone, it is facing towards my forehead. It is a little angular to the sky, to the ceiling. In this position also I can get good results. If I even shout, hey, not a lot of noise, not a lot of lip noise, because I have not drunk water for a lot of time, so I'm having this type of noise also. But still, as I have kept the microphone in a little angular, in an angle shape, my microphone is pointing almost towards the sky, not directly to the sky. If I put the microphone directly to the sky, then the sound will be like this, but not directly to the sky, little bit towards myself and little bit towards sky. And now, but the main thing, if you keep this position, make sure that your microphone is not facing your mouth hole. It should face your chin. Okay, it should face your chin. If you go there and you face their mouth, see still this wind noise you'll get. So make sure your microphone is little downwards from your mouth hole, it is facing your chin, and it is little angular to the sky. And now if you sing twinkle twinkle little star, how loud I want to be, no problem, no breathing noise, no pop 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 pop, whatever, no problem. So if you kind of maintain this type of thing, this type of technique, then you'll obviously get good results.
Thank you so much, sir. I'm very
Yeah,
happy to
welcome.
join this session, Devdutt Nishad.
Thank you very much.
Any more questions?
There is somebody
Shabnam?
by iPhone. I don't know. iPhone, please unmute yourself.
Mention your name also so that we know.
Yeah. Can you unmute yourself, please? आपका नाम नहीं है, सिर्फ आपके फोन का नाम दिखा रहा है आईफोन, और सिर्फ आपका हाथ अभी रेज्ड है. आप अपने को अनम्यूट कीजिए अपने एंड से. अनम्यूट नहीं हो रहा है तो चैट बॉक्स में अपना सवाल लिखिए.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Sir, my name is Shiva, sir. I am from Andhra Pradesh, working in Punjab National Bank. Sir, sir, I'm going to start new YouTube channel, sir, to compose my own songs.
Very good.
Just give me any suggestions to like how to record like that, sir. Actually, I got most of the answers your total video, sir. Your total record now sessions are actually. Just give me some suggestions, sir.
Okay, the first and most important suggestion is again the same thing: less is more. As you are going to release your song, don't put lot of effects, lot of reverb. It really sounds bad, believe me. Okay, so don't put a little bit of reverb, obviously a little bit of delay as well,
Yes, sir.
because you are dealing with the song, not the voiceover. But don't overdo it. Okay, and don't be over loud. There is a tool called normalization tool. In each of the audio editing software, for example, in Goldwave it is called maximize volume. In Audacity it is
It is compatible with for blind, sir.
Yeah, Goldwave, all the things which I am mentioning here all are accessible. Okay, so go in Sound4G it is called normalize, in Goldwave it is called maximize volume. So after recording and putting all the effects, the final stage would be maximize the volume and make sure that there is a the maximum volume would be -1 dB. I'll again I suggest everyone to listen the Goldwave tutorial which I have done. Even if you are not using Goldwave and don't have any plan to use Goldwave, no problem, because there I have taught a lot on sound engineering which can be inapplicable to everyone. It's like you can drive a taxi. If you can drive a taxi, you can also drive a Mercedes as well. Maybe there are some extra bells and whistles, maybe some extra buttons, some extra facilities which is given to a Mercedes, but the same thing is there. The same brake is there, the same gear thing is there. So everything is almost same in the industry. So whatever audio tools you are using doesn't matter to you if you know how to process your audio. Okay, so that is the thing which and along with the stuff which I have already mentioned, I'm not repeating that, and I wish you all the best in your YouTube channel.
Sir, one more thing, sir. I'm not attend in the beginning session because my bank timing is a little bit troubled. Sir, just give your little overview, sir.
If I'm not wrong, I think this whole thing we posted in some YouTube channel.
Yes, sir.
Mr. George Abraham will discuss on that.
In YouTube channel, are you have, sir?
Yeah, this recording will be available on the Eyeway India YouTube channel. Eyeway is EYEWAY.
Yes,
India.
sir. I'm subscribed also.
Yes. So in this channel, this particular in the next 3-4 days, this will be uploaded.
Okay, sir. Sir, how can I connect with you, sir, in future?
I have given my phone number in the chat box. This number is for my direct call and WhatsApp as well. So
okay,
you can just send me a message in WhatsApp and I'll try to answer you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Yeah, I'm very satisfied with your answer, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, sir.
So I think, Pradip, all the questions have dried up, and I think it was a wonderful session. Thank you so much for giving your time. It's almost an hour and a half to 2 hours. And it has been very educative and informative. And I think a lot of us took away a lot of very useful information and guidance. So thank
Yeah.
you so much, Pradeep, and take care.